Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BSV TV. I'm your host Satoshi, and on this show we'll be defending the one and only, truly genuine Bitcoin. The Bitcoin that Satoshi Nakamoto designed in his white paper as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system for the world. Let's get the disclaimers out of the way. So all the statements that you hear on this show are opinion and must only ever be taken as opinion. They are never to be taken as any form of advice, family, financial, sexual or otherwise. And on that note, let's sit back, relax, have some fun and enjoy the show. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and set your own fee on Streamanity.
Yeah, I'm not surprised I wasn't asked why I'm convinced Craig is Satoshi. I posted on Reddit. He signed in my presence using the private key from block number one, the very first mined Bitcoin block. On a computer that I'm convinced had not been tampered with, on software I'm convinced that had not been tampered with, a message of my choosing.
At InChain, we've just funded a number of universities doing, so far, a test up to 1 gigabyte because it validates what we've already done independently. We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks. We've tested 1 million transactions a second and transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes. Super complex scripts. Basically ones that can run operating systems. That's basically all of global commerce times about 50. On top of that, we can have complex scripts. On top of that, we can scale each of those transactions 1,000 times, which effectively means about 1 billion transactions per second, which means we can then have all derivatives, all complex trades. That means high frequency trading. It means everything that happens globally.
Is the market that effectively BSV is going for, is that global e-commerce, which is currently valued at $29 trillion?
No, that's too small.
Buy and sell Bitcoin instantly at bsvgravity.com. And you can now book and pay for your winter holiday at skibsv.com. Good afternoon, everybody. It looks like we are live at 5 once again. I always feel chuffed to bits when I make it. I'm just like, yes, we've done it. On the minute. You know, usually I leave things to the last minute. There's always stuff to do and it's like, oh no, I'm like a few minutes late. But here we go, rocking and rolling, just in the nick of time. Love it when a plan comes together. So, plenty to get through, but let's crack on with these figures as I've not seen these today. You know, always exciting because we know that one day they're going to change massively. So this is the crypto forecast, the strength of the system, the health of the network. We have got Bitcoin with 1.4% of the hash rate, Bcrash 1.2, ahead of the curve, good, beating them. CoolCoin 97.6, network nodes same as they ever were since the 15th of November 2018. 2.3% for Bitcoin, 10.3% for Bcrash, 87.4 for CoolCoin. Transactions, Bitcoin smashing it, 73.9%, 1.6% for Bcrash, and 24.4% for CoolCoin. Even though they don't want any transactions on the network, I just don't know why they bother. Block size, Bitcoin 57.1, Bcrash 2.9%, and CoolCoin exactly spot on 40. What a load of shit. Right, let's play spot the biggest block on Bcrash. I doubt there'll be very many big ones here. We'll start with a random number here, 296. Are they going to top that? Doesn't look like it. Nope, not even a third of a megabyte. And CoolCoin, yep, still the same, because they've got a 1 megabyte restriction, which means they can't improve, which is absolutely hilarious. And now let's see what's going on Bitcoin. All looks like Huobi, an unknown macking it hard. What is going on there? Tau, look at that, mined an 18 megabyte block via BTC, but Huobi, an unknown, are absolutely smashing it. Whoa, like literally chomping at those blocks, not giving the others a chance. We'll see what's happening there. And it looks like Hathor are macking it hard on Bcrash. Wow. But talk about Clash of the Titans here on Bitcoin. Wow. Quite looking forward to seeing that. But before we do, let's go for our lols. This is Bcrash. the Bitchin chain and Anne-Marie's coin. See what they're doing. This is Anne-Marie along here. Anne-Marie and his money. And this is Bitchin going up and down like a horse draws. Proof of work by network. Yep, this is Anne-Marie's money. You know, in fact, I haven't looked at the price of his coin for a few days. We'll just have a quick look. Oh, do you know what? Yeah, we will look on CoinGecko. We'll have a look on CoinCrap later on when it comes to that. So this is under what? BCHA. See what comes up. This will be the one. Bitcoin Cash ABC. Where's it? Oh, $19. Up from $15. Honestly, these shitcoins just make me laugh. There's just literally no value in that coin whatsoever. It is pure speculation and utter stupidity, is what it is. I mean, look at this. How do you feel about B-Crash today? Like, dear, oh dear. I wonder if we can, what happens if you click that? Give it a thumbs up, thumbs down. There we go. For no other reason than pure spite. There we go. So this is the Bitchin chain. Yep, Hathor absolutely macking it hard, stealing those empty blocks so that these shitcoiners actually have to do some work, processing payments. Dutch mining loving Anne-Marie's coin. I have no idea why. You know, like bowing down to their leader, paying them 8% of the miner tax, which is absolutely nothing. And literally just no data in any of those blocks. It's just absolutely hilarious. Shitcoiners, shit for brains. I'm talking about that, plenty of articles to go through as well, talking about shit for brains. Oh my goodness me, it's hilarious. Right, so we've got Bitcoin hash rate by network. Yeah, you know that again. Hash rate will follow price, which will follow value. That's what it's all about. Proof of work by network since the first chain split. Well, again, Coolcoin and Bcrash will just simply literally stop overnight, literally almost. Bitcoin hash rate by network, Bcrash versus Bitcoin. Oh, cool, winning. Bcrash versus Bitcoin. Again, like just proof of work by network. It is 10,761 times cheaper to transact it on Bitcoin in comparison to Coolcoin. That is a store of value bollocks, absolute crap. Load of shit. And we've got Bitcoin. It's currently 6.3% more profitable to mine on Bitcoin. So yeah, I mean they should be all over that, but yeah, we'll see what's going on in a minute. Daily average Bitcoin block size by network, Bitcoin winning. Transactions by network, Bitcoin smashing it. Transactions per block, Bitcoin smashing it. Fees USD, Bitcoin absolutely smashing out of the ballpark. Fees Satoshi smashing out of the ballpark. Ratio to block reward, again, you know, that'll come with time and value and all that. And then this is just really having a laugh at blockchain growth. This is like this is the Bitchin chain, which looks like Anne-Marie's coin in comparison. So let's have a look at these. This is the global hash rate, 7 days. Binance up into 3rd place this week. Followed by Huobi pushing Ampool down into 5th, and then followed by BTC.com. Let's look comparatively. 24 hours, Ampool up in the last 24 hours. Looks like Binance has just been chucked down a few places, but yeah, looking good. This is Coolcoin. In fact, that Coolcoin looks almost identical to the 24-hour hash rate. Ampool and Pool-in trading places. Oh, now look at this. This is the Bitchin chain. We've got Hathor absolutely macking it hard on there, stealing those blocks with no data with 38.8%. Ampool 21.5%. Although, you know, complete waste of time anyway. And this is Bitcoin. Wow, look at this. Yeah, so other mining pools. 38.1. Huobi with 26.3. Tal with 12.5. Mind you, Tal are going for the big blocks. So they mined a 20 megabyte block and an 18 megabyte block. Leaving the rest to just fight it out. We've got BTC.com and FT Pool on there gesturing. Interesting. Right, Tal, let's have a look at some of these other charts I enjoy looking at. This is Bitcoin Blocks Live. This is the global ledger working in front of our very eyes. So for any newbies watching the show, we've currently got a transaction count of 2.456. 6 transactions per second. Again, I have seen this as high as 3,000 plus. Absolutely crazy. This kind of like metric that you see along the bottom here where my cursor is following, these are the transactions being recognized by the nodes on the network. These names down here are the organization or company or whoever it is that's actually generating those transactions. Those transactions, once picked up by the nodes, are then put into the meme pool. Once they're in the meme pool, that's then when they are that's when payment processors and miners compete to process the transaction, put it in a block, and then store the block on the blockchain where it is there immutably forever, where it cannot be cracked, hacked, altered, or changed, and remains as a universal source of truth. And so you can see we've got a pink candle here, a 20.6 megabyte. And in the highlighted rectangular block below it, it's got the hash number of the block, the height, mined by who, the size, the time, the transaction count, and the fees. So the fees in that block were $15.93. The miner stroke payment processor that processed the block would have also got the block reward plus those fees. And as I've said before, the whole point of Bitcoin is to make it more valuable. And value comes in the network from the increased speed, increased scale, and reduction in cost, constantly in order to attract more people to the network. So as more and more people are attracted by the network, by the value of Bitcoin and the economic rewards it offers, eventually the fees, because the number of transactions on the network will be so huge that they will actually overtake the block reward, as the block reward gets cut in half every 210,000 blocks. That's how it's going to work. That's why we need massive scaling on chain. Scaling outside or off the chain will just simply not work, because it is not a commodity if it is off the chain. The whole idea of Bitcoin being commodity money is that it is the data that is secure, because it uses blockchain technology where it cannot be cracked, hacked, altered, or changed. So anything like Lightning Network, absolute piece of garbage. All the nodes effectively are going to need to be registered as money service businesses and have a money transmitter license, because the data on the Lightning Network is just simply not safe, because it doesn't use blockchain technology. It doesn't go through the chain. It's not supported by a decentralized distributed mining network. It's just an absolute piece of crap. I just don't know how else to say it. But that's it in a nutshell. So let's have a look at BitInfo charts. Some great metrics on this website. Oh, we've got transactions here. This is all chains. So again, Bitcoin's got 22.7% of the overall transactions. XRP, even though the transactions don't actually carry any value because they're just simply a cross-border remittance service, they've got 29%. And Ethereum currently at 34%, but that will change with time, because XRP and Ethereum are absolutely worthless, which means the token will not be able to economically sustain the network, and the network will ultimately collapse. It's that simple. So as we go to BitInfo charts, you can actually compare metrics. So you see the highlighted ones on the left-hand side. We are going to go down to active addresses, see what's going on. We will add in Ethereum for lulz, and then we'll just go over 3 months to see what's been going on. All right, and then 6 months, 1 year, 3 years, all time. So you can see Bitcoin SV just simply starts, they actually started collecting the metrics on about December 2018. So yeah, sounds about right, as the network officially starts on the 15th of November 2018. And then down the bottom here, they've got lots of other metrics that you can compare. So for example, like transactions. I'll have a quick look at this. If that was a little bit larger, that would look really good. 3 months, 6 months. It's just Bitcoin SV has got these massive spikes in these transactions. Otherwise, we'd be able to see it a bit more clearly. But look at that. So you can see it overtaking Corecoin, you see it overtaking Bcrash, and Ethereum. You are next. And because Ethereum is moving to proof of stake, and because in proof of stake there is no competition between the stakeholders, basically the stakeholders centralize the network themselves, meaning it is a centralized network and therefore fundamentally worthless as money because they control the network. Absolutely ridiculous. China or America would never ever agree to use a currency that was simply controlled by a group of people. Like never. There needs to be competition in the system in order for it to be money. That's it really. So now let's have a look at CoinCrap. Here we go. This is the metric that shitcoiners love more than anything else. It's all about number go up and investment number. Sea of red at the moment. It's all about core coin, you know. They're saying, oh, you know, it's going to push 20 grand institutional money. Families going in, family offices, absolute bollocks. You know, talking absolute twaddle, absolute twaddle. Let's have a look at this over a week. Oh, down on the week a little bit. On the month, oh yeah, still up on the month, like 20% this month. But I mean, up and down, because it's purely speculative, and this is just simply FOMO, absolute FOMO. People buying this thing and sitting on it, not doing anything. They don't understand that it has a block reward halving that happens every 210,000 blocks. And if there are not enough transactions on the network, they will not be able to economically sustain the miners and it will collapse. But these shitcoiners with shit for brains just don't care. Well, I just don't think they understand, to be honest with you. All they understand is a Ponzi scheme. Yeah, number go up, I'll go in now and then you go in after me and then I'll sell out on top of you. Right, nice one. Yeah, great idea that one is. Yeah, very original. Never heard of that one before. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. Oh, down. Well, actually, it's good that it's going down because I'm going in soon. So I need a nice juicy price, which will be quite good because price doesn't affect the value one little bit. Oh, good to see it's kind of like plateauing a little bit. Yeah, this is looking nice. Hopefully it might stay that way, at least until like after Christmas. So gives me a chance to get in, which would be very nice. Excellent stuff. Right, let's jump onto crypto Twitter. But before we do, while we're on crypto Twitter, let's have a look at some of these other metrics that I do enjoy looking at. We'll see how our man Satoshi, or I am Satoshi, is getting on. I think last time we looked at like 44.1 thousand followers. Let's see what he's got now. Something like that. Whoa, 53.2 thousand followers. That is almost up 10,000 followers in like 24 hours. That is insane. But insanely good, might I add. Absolutely brilliant. Smashing it out of the ballpark there. Let's have a look at Ruthie's tweet. See if Twitter has taken a like away. It looks like they have. No way. And it still won't budge. It's still like in the 853s. There we go. Liking that one there for you there, Ruth. There we go. Back up to 854. Now let's check out Diego's tweet. See how that's going. And they've taken it away at 219. Again, it's just never going to budge. There we go. 220. Let's check out our man Fire Ice. Has he got any news updates today? Any 100 lucky winners? No. Oh, never mind. Might have to call that quits. Maybe just check on it every week or so. You know, who knows? But quite a few juicy articles that I want to go over today. Yeah, we'll tell you. I mean, this was quite funny. This was Vitalik. He's blanked out Peter McCormack's name as if nobody knows who tweeted this. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. He goes, please don't do things like this. So even Vitalik is pleading with Peter McCormack to not be a complete and utter goon. So please don't do things like this. I would never recommend anyone take out a personal loan to buy ETH or other Ethereum assets. Well, I mean, Peter's gone in and bought Corecoin anyway. Yeah, like $46,000 to buy two. And like I mean, imagine how many Bitcoin $46,000 would pick up. Like, oh my goodness. And he's buying an absolute bag of shit. Like, honestly, you couldn't make this up. It's hilarious. Like, some people are just going to get so served. And actually, there was a tweet that I just thought was, I made this one up and inspired by Peter McCormack. And so I've said here, your best lessons in life come from your worst mistakes. Not recognizing that Bitcoin is BSV or that Craig Wright is Satoshi will be the best lesson in life for some. I think it might be one of the best lessons in life for Peter McCormack as well. I mean, when I think about the mistakes that I've made, obviously at the time they were absolutely devastating. very hard to deal with. But looking back on it, I mean, my goodness me, it's made me who I am today. I mean, the lessons that I actually learned from it, you couldn't pay for, you know. Just in terms of like the depth of learning about life and human emotion, human endeavor, and also how I've managed to pull myself out of the hole that I was in. Everyone else goes, oh, you know, we knew we could do it. You know, I was just like, well, I didn't. I had no idea, but you know, I can see where they're coming from now as to the position I've managed to get myself in. But yeah, when you can't see the wood from the trees, it's absolutely devastating at the time. And this is what's going to happen to all these shitcoiners. Like, it's just, I mean, a part of me does worry for them, because they're just so blinded by ignorance, stupidity, lack of understanding. Have they been duped? I mean, it's not like they haven't had a chance to actually make a decision for themselves, because I mean, I'm out here, and you know, I'll tell everybody straight. You know, I may block people, but I only block them after I've given them a chance. You know, so what can you do? Some people just have to make you know, once they've made their decisions, they have to lie in their bed. Once they've made their bed, lie in it, as they say. So let's have a look at some of these articles. I saw this one. This was by Kurt Wotturk. Very detailed article. I wouldn't expect anything less from the man himself. So this one was titled "Gary V wants Bitcoin, not BTC." So this was, I can't remember, the title was yeah, something about this. His interview on what Bitcoin did. So let's have a quick read then. He steered him away from discussing the ledger at all. Oh wow, I might have to watch this. Saying it's just such an unimportant part of it. What? What? Oh my god. Oh my god. Honestly, like, you couldn't make this shit up. And this is absolutely hilarious. It is the most ridiculous, stupid, unintelligent thing I have ever heard in my life. I mean, considering I've been studying this so in depth for such a huge part of my life, and when I say like a huge part of my life, I mean like 3 years, but I mean, to be honest with you, in terms of the amount of thought and energy that I've put into this, it has consumed me, for want of a better part, because I've been absolutely in awe of what a human being has created in the form of Bitcoin. Like, just astonishing. I'm like dumbfounded as to just how amazing it can be, and it just makes me realize my own limitations of just how superior this technology is, that someone could write such a thing like the white paper. Not the fact that he actually like wrote the paper and understood all the technology, but for me it was just the theoretical side of it. That's what I had to understand. I was just like, yeah, speed, cost, scale, you know, blah, 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 transactions, processing, you know, all that kind of stuff. But you know, what is it that sets Bitcoin apart? And I didn't know what type of person I was, you know, until I came face to face with Bitcoin. Because I didn't know where to start. I just kind of like followed my own instincts. I was just like, yeah, you know, where does this end? Where does the buck stop? You know, and like you go further down this rabbit hole, and then you sort of like, maybe you look up a little bit, you know, or 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and then like you carry on down, and eventually like all these things open up, and then like I said before, you get to the bottom, and then boom, hits you with a paradox. That's why so many people don't understand it. But once you understand the paradox and how Satoshi Nakamoto solved the paradox, suddenly you can see everything clear as day. And then you realize he had to step away from the project for a period of 11 years. And he intended to have 2 different phases of Bitcoin. The first phase being like the tulip period, which is the period of decentralization and dilution of the starting point and the distribution of the network. And now, after the keys were returned to Craig on the 1st of January this year, this is the time to build. So this was about Ethereum 2.0 being launched. And this is Ethereum and unexploded regulatory bomb. And my tablet has literally just turned itself off, so I can't read any more questions, unfortunately. Never mind, that's a good one. We shall wrap up the show there. So, yeah, as ever, thank you for joining, and be aware, take care, stay safe out there. Same time tomorrow. Catch you later. Joy given. BuyBSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and watch the full episode on Streamanity for just 20 cents. Go to www.satoshi.tv. See the link in the description below. Bitcoin, one world, one chain.
Yeah! One vision.